Interracial. What's your name?
First name Dustin, last name Keys. You can call me Dusty, but my friends call me by my middle name, Ebro.
So your name is Dusty Brokies?
Dog, that's funny. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Dusty Brokies. That is his name. I'm dying, man. When I see this, I was sharing it everywhere. I was like, man, look at this. Hey, Dusty Brokies. That's who she out today with.
Isn't he dusty? Isn't he full of dust? Isn't he ashy?
Well, can I get you something to drink?
I'll take an ice water with extra lemon, please. And the lady will have the same.
I'll actually take a glass of Cabernet, please. Anything look good to you?
Nah, I actually just picked up a faux for faux before I got here.
He brought
So I don't
sugar.
usually do things this elaborate on the first date. We don't even know if we like each other yet, so usually I only do coffee dates or walk in the park when I'm first meeting someone. Y'all females won't be using me for no food.
But we're just at Ray's Rib Shack. Wait, are you making lemonade?
She is cooking black men in this. She's saying that, hey, we only had a rib shack and you can't even afford that. And the brother brought his own sugar, asked for some water with lemon, and he making lemonade in the restaurant. And first question I would have, if you having a dating experience like this, I'm like, man, what type of men are you attracting? But that's not the aim of this video, right? They're trying to paint black men in a negative light because she is a divestor and that's what she does. She has a platform, right? So she has to push this narrative to other black women who think like her. So it's not, I'm pretty sure if you was to go into the chat and ask, well, why are you going on a date with the guy that's that broke? And she would say, no, it's not that. That's, all black men are broke, right? You know how the narrative goes, but yeah, just a logical mind would ask. But here we go.
You just worry about your champagne. I see you order surf and turf too with your bougie.
That's a good question. Pac-Man said, "Medium man." So they serve Cabernet at the Rib Shack. Yeah, man, you're wrong. See, caught your ass already.
Ordered tuna salad and a bowl of chili. So when was your last relationship?
A few years ago. Too much baby mama drama. She only had one child, so I thought I could make it work. But I can't be nobody's stepdaddy.
Yeah, I get it. I've always wanted children too, but understand how important it is to choose the right person because I don't want to have to deal with all that drama. So although my parents didn't like it, I focused on my career and education in my 20s. They really wanted grandchildren, but I wanted a firm foundation first. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm ready to finally find the right person to start this next chapter of life with.
Oh, so you a childless cat lady.
That was a good comeback. But y'all know my thoughts. If it's a woman saying that she put her career first and then she, well into her 30s, and then she's like, hey, I'm ready to settle down, I'm not going to give you no pushback, sister, as long as you're happy. But what I don't want to see is you coming onto the dating market on social media and complaining about there ain't no good men because you chose your lane, right? You wanted to be a career woman. You spent your 20s cultivating a successful career, which will make you very valuable in the corporate world or in the workforce. But please do not come back and complain about there not being any men available because you decided to become a career woman. That's an accomplishment in itself, so you should be proud. So if you're not able to find a man, as long as you're content with your career, cool. Be happy. Stay off the internet complaining about men because you know what it is. Because we could definitely use you in the workforce.
You in your 30s, right? With no man and no kids? Don't wait too long. The clock is ticking. Perfect man don't exist, but if he did, he's looking for somebody in their prime, not an old maid. I think most modern women your age only single cause your standards too high. Keep it up and you gonna die alone.
And I told you guys, that's not an insult anymore. Telling black women that they're gonna delete alone, so to speak. That's not an insult for the majority of black women because they don't see marriage as a primary goal.
What is your thought on today's generation of these ladies who are saying, I don't need a man, They are independent and they out here winning.
I don't think any woman is saying, I don't need a man. She's saying, I'm okay without a man.
Hi guys, just a daily reminder that I ain't never seen a man that I need, bitch. You're all replaceable, don't ever get too comfortable, and don't ever think otherwise. You're a guest in this household, and you can be kicked out just as quickly as you were welcomed in. Thank you.
I feel like as women, we're taught to uproot our lives and go look for a man. Maybe I got a career to think about. No.
So for people, especially men, going out there trying to tell them that, it doesn't make any sense, because that's actually what they want based off of the statistics. Because like I said, if only 1 out of 4 Black women are currently married, that doesn't mean that the 3 out of 4 want to get married. I believe that 3 out of 4 don't want marriage. So dying alone, that means nothing. It's not a threat anymore.
So if I already had children, you wouldn't be interested because you don't want to be a stepdad. But since I don't, I'm an old maid.
But what she failed to mention is that, well, you could try and cultivate both at the same time. Try cultivating your career, but get married early. And then you can have kids and all that type of stuff in your 20s. And then you can become a successful career woman at the same time. But what tends to happen in the Black community is like, our women can't do both. And I see other races of women, you know, we've seen the white women go viral where they were saying ring before spring after graduation. And they all were engaged. You can feel it in the streets on a day like this, that it feel like summer. So I think that Black women would do very well if they tried to do the same thing. Try and cultivate a marriage or trying to find a husband while you're in college, because essentially that's where all of your professional and upstanding Black men would be. So they're going to be all in one place outside of Afrotech. That's why you see a lot of Black women going there looking for husbands. They literally say it on TikTok.
Oh my goodness, that is what I'm here for. Come on. You came for yes, I came for the niggas. They should come out.
But you had college for that as well. So my advice to a young woman like this, and I know it's just a cartoon, but what I'm saying is, if you think that men are being, let's say, they're contradicting themselves by saying, hey, if I don't have kids and I'm old maid, if I do have kids and you don't want to date a single mother, to end all that, just get married early. That's an option. But like I said, I don't believe 3 out of 4 Black women, they don't want to get married. But when they get older, then it may become a priority, and it may be not necessarily too late, but it's going to be tougher, because we all know that, unfortunately, Black women who go to college, 40% of them have kids already. And then the rest who don't go to college, they tend to have their children at a very young age. We already shared the statistics from 20 to 29. I believe it's like 77% of Black women's children come between those particular age groups. So that's why it's tough. So instead of having kids without the marriage, get married first, then have kids, then get your career going, right? Or continue getting your career going, and you'll be good. So hope is not lost. You guys control that. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully that makes sense to the Black women in the chat. So let's continue.
Seriously though, I live a fulfilling life full of friends and family and people who love me. I also have a great career and hobbies that I really enjoy, and I'm surrounded by people who care for me. If I find a partner, great. But if not, no biggie. That's okay too.
Yeah, okay.
See, I like that. I like that. You hear what she said? She just mentioned all these things and support systems that she has around her. That's an amazing thing. But what I typically see on social media is that women will champion all that stuff. They have their friend circle. They have a great career. They travel. But then they'll find time to complain on social media about the caliber of men that's on the dating market or why they can't find a man. Why? You already had the support system. You should be happy. So don't come to social media muddying up the conversations where there are women that's trying to prioritize finding a husband, but you said that you were content. And it's the same thing that I say to the guys when I post something about dating, marriage, and relationships, the ones that remove themselves from the dating market. There's going to be a lot more of my content that you guys can react to, but I always tell them, if you removed yourself from the dating market, why are you commenting on these conversations that involve marriage and dating? It doesn't make any sense. And the same thing goes for women like that. Just take your wins, your support circle, your career, and your travel, and ride off into the sunset if you're actually happy, right? So that's my stance on it. I'm not going to tell you, you prioritize what you want, but just don't complain about the decisions that you make. There's consequences to every decision. And one of them may be tough for you to find a husband when you get older. It is what it is. Let's continue.
Cat lady. Hello.
Look. Y'all see? Now y'all see who in the left chair now, right? Y'all knew this was coming.
I'm Bradley. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm Rachel. It's so nice to meet you.
You look absolutely ravishing. Just breathtaking. Just looking around, and I notice I'm the only one that looks like me, if you catch my drift. So I have to ask, am I even your type?
Well, Bradley, I really don't have a type. It honestly just depends more on what you're looking for and your personality and character.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I hope that this doesn't come off as too direct, but if I'm honest, I'm ready to settle down and I'm looking for my wife.
Oh.
And if I'm lucky, she'll be half as beautiful as you are, Rachel.
Traitor!
Bad wench!
That's not her real hair, Brody.
Brad Chad to the rescue. Every time, and I remember when I put that video out, there was a lot of people on TikTok that gave me pushback where I said black women see white men as the men that's going to come in, swoop in and save them. Because I told you guys about the narrative that black women were using on YouTube. They called it corrective promotion when they seen black women and white men in commercials. So for her to put this in the cartoon, it actually makes sense because that is the narrative. And again, shouts out to her. She's a divestor. So this is what she's supposed to do. But when there are black women who think that this is going to happen, I always like to put things into perspective, especially, when we point to the marriage statistics, right? So if 87% of married black women are married to black men, and then only 13% of married black women are married to non-black men, the last report stated that half of that number of the black women that were married was black women married to white men. So if you look at the statistics now, you take that 13% of married black women to non-black men, you cut that in half. So that makes 6.5% of married black women married to white men, if we just approximate. But then you also know that white men marry Asian and Hispanic women the most. So if we know that only 6.5% of married black women are married to white men, you flip that, how many married white men are married to black women? And right now, currently, the last study that we had from 2015, it was 0.5%. So you can increase that, let's say, to 1%. So 1% of married white men are married to black women, approximately, until the new numbers come out in January. And I will share those once they get approved. But if you look at it like that, this scenario rarely plays out like that. And I like the way that she conveniently said that he was marriage-minded and he was respectful, didn't say nothing crazy. He was in a suit. He complimented her and she was all for it. But the black men, they were dusty brokey, right? And it's cool because, like I said, she's a divestor, so that's what she's supposed to. Everybody got to find their lane. Content creation is for everybody. But I just thought the cartoon was funny, and it definitely paints a picture as to what I was talking about in a short video that I released about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So after after we get done with this live stream, I'm definitely going to clip this up so I can share it over on TikTok so they can understand that, yes, there is this narrative that white men are going to save the black women who are being done wrong by the black men that they date. And at that point, you just have to let them go and find out for themselves. White men Black woman. So I'm not against, people finding love wherever they want to find love, but you can do that without demonizing your own race. But like I said, I understand she's a divestor. Cool. But just trying to help y'all out so you won't go out there, thinking something different and then you get your feelings hurt, i.e. the presidential election. I didn't have to say that, man.